Ranked 33rd in the state in AAA QRF. Ranked 9th in the state in AAQRF.
Proctor Public Schools has a proud tradition of being a leader in promoting outstanding learning opportunities for our students. Proctor's 150 square mile district serves the city of Proctor and the neighboring communities from Spirit Mountain to Fish Lake, and residents of Bayview Heights, Twig, Midway, Solway, Grand Lake, and Kenosha townships. We pride ourselves on the success for each student. Proctor Public Schools. We educate, engage, and inspire.
We are Rail Strong!
Good evening and welcome to Proctor High School, home of tonight's matchup between the 13-9 Virginia Blue Devils and our very own 15-5 Proctor Rails. My name is Ted Keefe, along with me as always for these girls games, Coach Keith Turner. Coach, thanks for being here tonight.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm excited to watch the girls play tonight. This should be a good matchup.
All right, well, we got to just want to get a few thank yous out of the way right away. First, talk about our sponsors. We got Reed, the Rails Endowment for Academics, Art and Athletic and Development, the Irving Community Club, Polling for Kids, Tamarack Building Materials, Heritage Window and Door over in Superior, Lake Superior Office Solutions, Hearing Associates in Matterhorn Plaza, RJ Sport and Cycle up on Highway 53 in Hermantown, and of course we can't forget Sammy's Pizza West Duluth. Coach, tonight's coupon special that's good for 24 hours is $5 any, not like a one topping, but any family style size pizza. So you can get a fully loaded, you can get anything, $5 off.
That's pretty dang good.
That's what I'm saying.
I told you, I love Sammy's Pizza, so.
Yeah, I agree. Sammy's is a good thing, and folks, call down to Sammy's Pizza West Duluth, mention this broadcast for the next 24 hours, and you can have your very own $5 off on any family-sized pizza. Also want to thank our students that we have working tonight. We got Ben Nyland. We got Braden Roy Eater. God, I can never do that. Sorry, Roy. It's my bad. Sam Larson, Kyle Haugen, down on the trackcaster and stuff will be Ben Nyland and also Tim Roweeder, who will also be our sideline reporter. And of course, I've already talked about Coach Keith Turner here with us tonight. Coach, let's just talk a little bit before we get into a couple pregame interviews with the two coaches. You've being a parent on the team, it affords me the ability to go to you when we do these broadcasts to talk about where we've been since we've talked last and how the girls are playing and where the team is at.
Yeah, well, right now I think we're playing fairly well. I still think we could play better defensively, and to do that we need to communicate better. Offensively, we move the ball well at times, and then at times we get too stagnant and too settled on the three when we could move it and get a little bit better shot.
Well, I know that lately, as of late, we also have had some injuries. Luckily, I don't mean luckily, but better to be some of the younger girls that are playing to get minutes and not really our starters. And I was talking before the game. None of our not to cut you off. None of our varsity starters have been injured. We've been good that way as far as being healthy. So. It's the bench players that you worry about, though, because that bench players are what's going to get you the depth. Yeah. And it's just because we're so young. And I was talking a little bit before the game with Mr. Bogachnik and stuff, and just trying to get a little feel about where we are. And it's the injuries to the younger kids, that bench player, that sixth man, if you will, that is really worrisome because they're so young. They're not developed yet. They don't have that true muscle strength, and so they're getting those injuries. And where do you see that affecting us down the stretch here with only a handful of games left before playoffs?
Yeah. Well, we have to be smart about our minutes and when we are beating people by 20 or more points, making sure that we're getting those other kids out of the game and giving them reps. The biggest thing is playing smart and knowing what your athletes can do. So that's the biggest thing.
All right, well, tonight, as you can hear, we have the Proctor High School band in attendance with us tonight. So the nice thing is, and I know Tim Roweeder, who's down on the TriCaster right now, give a big thumbs up to this too, coaches. We won't have any copyright infringements on this broadcast because there won't be any real music played that somebody could get real angry at us about. So,
good thing the band sounds good tonight. It's always nice to see the high school band come out and get an opportunity to play at an event.
Absolutely. Well, what we're going to do now, folks, is we're going to go down to our first interview. Coach Turner or Coach Roweeder down there running everything. He had a chance to talk with Coach Spencer Ani before the game. So we're going to go to that. We'll be back right after this.
All right, we're here getting ready for girls basketball versus Virginia Blue Devils. I'm here with Virginia Blue Devil head coach Spencer Ani. Coach, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome, no problem.
Talk a little bit about your 13-9 coming into the game tonight. Talk a little bit about your season so far, some of the things that you're happy with, things that you want to work on.
We've played pretty well at times. We've gone through a few stretches of some games where we struggled a little bit, and that cost us the game. Overall, I think we've played well. We've shot the ball better this year than we have in the past, and that's helped us. We've played a pretty tough schedule as well, and I think that will help us coming down the stretch into the playoffs.
So you got Proctor team tonight coming in 15-5, winners of the last 9 out of 10. What are going to be the keys tonight to coming on the top against Proctor?
Hopefully stop them from shooting so well. They've got good size, yet they can score from the outside as well. So we have to watch their drive. They're very good at that. And be able to move our feet and play defense without fouling is going to be a key tonight against the size of their guards. And if we can do that and then knock down some shots on the other end, we can make this a game.
I know talking to our coach and a couple of our players, they talked about number 3, Lexi Aarons, as a player that they need to kind of control and contain. Talk a little bit about her and what she brings to the game.
Yeah, Lexi's a great athlete. She's a Division I volleyball prospect, and she does a lot for us. She helps handle the ball, bringing it up. She rebounds. She's a good shooter. She's just a great athlete, and she's kind of the leader on our team, and we ask her to do a lot, and she's able to do it.
So what kind of game can our viewers expect from Virginia? High scoring, low scoring, what would you prefer?
We'd like to be in the 50s, okay. Preferably. We run when it's available. We don't have to run all the time, and we want to take some time and get a good shot offensively. And defensively, we want to make them take some time. Mm-hmm. We don't want to give up easy looks, and we want to be able to help each other. So, if we can keep it in the 50s, we're happy right about there.
So talk about, we got the playoffs coming up here in a couple of weeks. Kind of what are the goals going into the playoffs? Obviously, everybody wants to get to state. Who are some of the teams that you got to kind of look out for, and what are you hoping to get out of your team?
Well, number 1, Proctor's one we've got to look out for. First off, we want to try to get a home game to start with. We're right now in the 4th spot, but a lot can happen between now and next week. So we want to continue to push to get that home seed. That'll give us a better chance of getting to the second round. And then Duluth Marshall and Proctor and International Falls and Mesabi East are all really good teams on our north end. And then on the south, Esco's always tough, and you got to beat the best to get there. So I think our section is very good. I think it's improving. I think it's wide open this year. It depends who gets hot at the end.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wish you best of luck tonight, and thanks for joining us. And again, Rails TV, Rails against the Blue Devils. Basketball action coming up right after this.
Thank you.
Back here at Proctor High School tonight, the site of tonight's game. We have about 2:27 left here before we get going. And just so that we get a chance to do it, Coach, let's go right back into Coach Solberg's interview, just because we don't want to get that lost because it's got keys to the game and stuff that we talked about. So, folks, we'll be back right after this interview with Coach Solberg.
Hello and welcome to tonight's action versus Proctor Rails girls basketball versus the Virginia Blue Devils. I'm here with Coach Matt Solberg. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about your team coming in. Winners of the last 9 out of 10. Kind of on a streak here. Tell us a little bit about the team and kind of what the fans will see tonight that's different from what we saw last time.
Yeah, we've been up to a good little stretch here. We're kind of nearing the twilight of our season at this point, so hopefully we're playing our best basketball at this point.
You got a couple weeks left here before playoffs. What are some of your goals here moving forward as you hit the home stretch before the second season begins?
Well, the goal right now is we got to go 1-0 tonight, but hopefully we can win out the rest of the way. If we beat Hermantown on Friday, not that you're looking ahead, but we beat Hermantown on Friday, we tie for the conference championships. That's definitely a goal our girls have.
Talk a little bit about the playoffs moving forward. Again, you don't want to look ahead, but what are you looking at for seed-wise? What are your goals moving in, and who are going to be some of the teams you're going to have to kind of watch out for?
Yeah, right now we're 1 in our subsection, so right now our second round matchup, this could be a preview of that. Virginia and International Falls are the 4 and 5 right now if it ended today, so we may end up seeing them in the second round.
Yeah, the International Falls team you just played on Friday, a good game. You guys sounded like you played pretty well up there.
Yeah, we played the best ball we played lately that night, so it was good to see, especially after a 3-hour bus ride, to come out and really take care of business.
Talk a little bit about some of you have kind of a core group of players here. You got a lot of action going on here.
No, we got a lot of stuff going on around us right now.
For you to be successful tonight against Virginia, what's got to happen?
Well, we got to take care of the ball, so we can't have unforced turnovers. We got to play good help side defense. They have a couple of real good players that we got to stop. So that's the big thing tonight. We got to play good defense.
Back
offense
here at Proctor High School, getting ready for tonight's game.
Who are some of the players you are looking at?
Anthem, and our in-house announcer Dexter singing tonight's anthem will be Natalie Blevins and Lily Shabitsky.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Proctor High School for tonight's Minnesota State High School.
Turn it on. Turn it on. Just push it up.
In a positive and sportsmanlike manner. At this time, we ask that everybody rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats and direct your attention to the American flag located on the northern wall of our gym for our national anthem. Tonight being led by Proctor's own Lily Shabitsky and Natalie Blevins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. That was good. Decent.
That was Lily Shabitsky and Natalie Blevins. Thank you. On our national anthem, 2 of our seniors here at Proctor High School.
That was really good.
They do a great job. And we're going to go right back down for starting lineups, down to Dexter, our in-house PA. We'll be back.
A 5'11" freshman, number 5, Lexus Trigg. A 5'9" junior, number 12, Kelsey Knutson. And a 5'4" senior, number 23, Peyton Wersinski. The Virginia Blue Devils are coached by Spencer Awney. And now on your feet, Proctor, for your Proctor Rails. A 5'11" sophomore, number 4, Liz Fraze. A 5'8" junior, number 20, Eve Turner. A 5'8" sophomore, number 15, Morgan Nyland. A 5'6" sophomore, number 11, Sam Parendo. And a 5'10" sophomore, number 3, Sam Pagachnik. The Proctor Rails are coached by Diane Morin and Chantel Anderson. The head coach is Mr. Matt Solberg.
All right, so back here at the gym at Proctor High School, again, Coach, Blue Devils come in 13-9, 5-4 in their section in the 3A. The Rails come in 15-5, 9-2 in the section, and ranked 9th in the AA standings, QRF-wise. You talked earlier about young, better communication, that kind of stuff, and you talked before game that this should be a good matchup for us.
Yep.
But what are you expecting to see right away?
Well, I'm going to see how we're going to match up with number 3, Lexi, because she's a Division I athlete and she's going to the University of North Dakota to play volleyball next year. When she wants to, she can score whenever she wants. So, and she can disrupt the game defensively because she jumps so well.
Gotcha. All right. Well,
and it looks like right now they're gonna make sure that they get a little backdoor cut. So they probably watched our film against Cherry that ran similar offense. And if we don't communicate on defense and get through the screens, we're gonna get a lot of layups played on us.
Well, Aarons has the ball, top of the key, drops it down low to Kelly, number 30. She goes right side, looking for a little help. All the way over to the right side, that's number 5, Trigg, back up top.
Yep, and they're moving the ball well. We need to get a little more ball pressure. We got to get up.
Push ball over there to Wersinski. Knutson gives it off to Kelly. Kelly now to Trigg. Trigg goes, drops it down low. That's Aarons. Aarons on the shot.
That's it. I'm telling you right now that she can score at any time she wants because she's just that kind of athlete. And right there, I just told you, she has a vertical out of this world.
Well, Liz Freeze tries to go down and does not get it to fall.
Well, you got to power that ball through because if you don't, she's going to block it.
Yep. Wersinski gets the bouncing rebound. Turner had a hand there. Aarons gets it, though. Comes right side. You've got Nyland playing defense right at the baseline, and Nyland's going to get called for a foul.
And that's the thing is, she's not going to shoot an outside shot. You can let her dribble that ball out there. Once she gets in the paint, then you better get some pressure on her.
All right. That's the team's first, Nyland's first. Oh, there's a block and then a travel. So that's Trigg. She turns it over. It'll be Rails ball and see what we can do. Coach, the one thing we forgot to bring up and that everybody can see when they see the live view, these beautiful brand new scoreboards that we actually don't have to guess what the score is.
Yeah, we can see the numbers now.
Yeah, there's no guessing at all. Going, oh, wait, hold on, let me look at the other one to make sure I'm right. Fraze up top, looking for a little help. That's to Pagachnik. Pagachnik takes a step, goes left, goes for 3, bounces off right side, looks like Prendo tried to keep it go, and then Turner tried to get there, and it was just out of bounds off the line already.
Yeah, you're not going to be able, you're going to have to make her play you. She's going to let you take that set shot.
Eve Turner tried to get in there for the interception, knocks out of bounds. It'll stay with Virginia. You got number 12, that's Knutson on the inbound pass to number 3, Aarons, and back to Knutson. Knutson comes left, goes right, dishes it off to Trigg. Trigg can't handle the ball, but gets it back. Liz Fraze on the defense there. And there's what could have been called a travel also.
No, she never had control of the ball, though.
Well, that's why you're here, and I just do the play-by-play because I would have called it a travel all day long.
And now we're getting a little more pressure on the ball, which is good, so that helps us.
Push it out to Vorzinski for 3, and it falls. And here in the early goings in this contest, 15:06 left in the first, and the Blue Devils lead 5-0.
We need to move the ball.
Inside.
Yeah, we're gonna have a tough time scoring on her. You gotta go away from her.
And we're talking about number 5, Trigg, is who you're talking about, or are you talking about 3 and Aarons?
3.
Aarons? All right.
She's Lexi Aarons is. I just don't think you can keep challenging her.
Aarons jump stops, goes right side, jump stop, back to Trigg.
And she's not. Let her go ahead and have that outside shot. She's not going to make those.
Knutson to Trigg. Trigg goes and it does not get it to fall, and the rails come up.
Right now, we got to run and get a good look.
Prendo's pass was just a little long for Nyland. Now into the game. Coming out is number 12, Knutson. In is now Haley Aho. And doing full court pressure. Oh, and there's going to be some body contact.
Who's that?
Number 20, Sam Perindo, her first. Second team foul.
Well, we know that Eve Turner is number 20, not.
How's that on Eve?
I'm with you. They were both there, but body contact should have went the other way.
Yeah.
Want to thank everybody who's joining in tonight and watching. We got about 15 people or so watching. Thank you for joining us. Ted Keefe along with Coach Keith Turner here. Proctor High School. It's 5-0, 14 minutes left here in the first half.
And you could tell what Ani's a pretty good coach. His game plan is he's gonna make sure he has a wide open look. He knows what his girls can do, and he's gonna pass that ball 20 to 20 times before
they take that shot.
Yes, before they make a decision on what they're gonna do.
So Aho travels and turns it over. Pagachnik puts it into Prendo. Prendo comes up at the point guard. Gonna go right side, looking for some help. Gives up the dribble.
Yep.
And over to Pagachnik, top of the key. Liz Fraze, Eve Turner, and
Nyland look to
Nyland
attack it now.
are the 5 on the floor.
No.
And Nyland throws it into traffic and is intercepted by number 3, Aarons, who goes all the way down court, tries to do a backside pass, and is intercepted by Eve Turner.
Now look, don't look. No,
Turner.
attack it. You got to attack it.
Pagachnik, top of the key, moves right side. She's got Eve Turner top following her. Drives inside, misses a shot. Nyland comes down with the board, pushes it outside to Fraze. Fraze drives the hole and can't get it to fall.
They're not gonna score on her because again, you see how she stays vertical.
Yep. And
now I'd let her have that. That is the one thing that I know. She's not a very good outside shooter.
All right, that's Aarons that he's talking about, number 3. She came down with the board, drove it down, jump stopped, and took a long 3, and it did not fall. Goes out of bounds, and it becomes Rails ball.
So they got to, in my opinion, they need to attack that on the backside where she's not. Now you got to look to attack it, Eve. You got to bring it right at her. That's too deep.
Pagachnik for 3, goes off the front of the rim. Turner comes up with the board inside of Pagachnik, and the Rails are finally on the board at 12:28 in the first half.
Don't reach. There
Rails putting the press on, and Virginia gets across the line. That's Aho that has the ball, pushes it back out to Aarons. Aarons drives left side, gives it to Knutson. Knutson comes inside, drops it off to Trigg. Trigg for a shot, does not get it to go. Nyland comes down with the board. Fraze for 2, gets it to fall, and it's now 5-4.
You're going to have to play a little faster.
Yep. Coach, now tell me, I get the whole full court press and stuff there, but that looked like more of a full court cone.
Yeah,
just make them go around you.
Yeah, we're not putting, like I said, we don't do a good job putting ball pressure. We don't do a good job putting the ball pressure on them. You know what I mean? We're having.
Trigg gets her first penalty of the game. That's the team's first for Virginia. And into the game now, Caitlin came in, right? Yep, number 21, Caitlin Martins comes in for Fraze.
But I don't understand. She just hit a bucket. Oh, turn and shoot it then. You had to.
Prendo comes back with it, dishes it off to Martins. Martins up to Nyland. Nyland for three, and it's short. And Prendo comes down with the board, goes up with it, and can't get it to fall. It's going to go off Virginia as Pogachnik tried to grab it and put it up and couldn't control it.
Well, Eve had that. She had a nice fake, and then she turns, and she doesn't shoot it.
Prendo drives, gives it to Turner right side. Turner drives into the paint, gives it to Nyland, top of the key.
It's there.
Nyland back to Turner, left side.
You got to move it. We're not moving the ball fast enough.
And Pogachnik for three. And now 7-5. Rails lead with 10:35 left here in the first half. It'll fight for the ball. Rails almost had it.
Can't do
and
that.
Nyland's going to pick up her second.
You can't reach there.
Team's third.
Foul on Proctor, number 15, Morgan Nyland, her second. 13 foul.
She can't. Right there, that's a loose ball, but her hands were on it. Let her get it, and then just play tight.
Right.
They're going to call that one. What are we doing here? We need to get out here on this. Oh, we're in that 1-2-2.
So that's Knutson. Knutson back to Knutson from the left corner. Doesn't get it to fall.
And we don't rebound.
But Kelly's able to come down with a rebound and push it back out to Knutson left side. Feeds it through into traffic through Ahrens. Ahrens can't get it to fall, and Eve Turner goes and gets it. Getting ready to come back in the game for Virginia's number 5, Trigg, and number 23, Warzinski.
They're going to throw it long. Just look.
So Virginia gets it over midcourt. Ahrens over to Aho. Aho for a long three-pointer. Doesn't get it to fall, and Eve Turner active on the boards. Pulls down another rebound.
Okay, you got a trailer, hit it.
Turner for three, and finishes up the rebound with a three-point play. And timeout taken by Virginia here at 9:23. Rails lead 12-5. We'll take a commercial too. We'll be back right after this.
Promoting outstanding learning opportunities for our students. Proctor's 150 square mile district serves the city of Proctor and the neighboring communities from Spirit Mountain to Fish Lake, and residents of Bayview Heights, Twig, Midway, Solway, Grand Lake, and Kenosha townships. We pride ourselves on the success for each student. Proctor Public Schools. We educate, engage, and inspire.
We are Rail Strong.
Back here at Proctor High School, Ted Keevan along with Coach Keith Turner. We're in a timeout. Virginia took a timeout. 9:23 on the clock here, first half. Rails lead 12-5. You know, it's a short scoring game here at this point, Coach. You were just talking about how we got to, push the ball a little more inside and not quit trying to take all the three-pointers and stuff so that we can actually maybe, increase where we're at.
Yeah, well, and we got to get up and down the floor. So now they got Lexi out right now. So right now is a chance for us to push the ball because they're not very skilled right now with who they have on the floor.
All right, that's number 1. That's Ryan Ani. They dish it to Trigg. Trigg going to come right side, gives it back to Ani. Ani left, right.
What grade is Ani? I think Ani's 8th grader.
Ani's a 9th grader.
Is she a 9th grader?
Yeah. And she's looking for a little help, has nowhere to go with it now. She finds number 23, Warzinski, who's now back in the game, back to Ani.
Just keep
Ani
the pressure
goes left
on.
side. Back to Warzinski. Warzinski into Trigg. Trigg tries to drive into the paint. Back to Warzinski. Back to Ani.
Got to stay in front of people because, they can't create their own shot off the dribble. Don't reach, Morgan.
Morgan Nyland on the interception, going to go up and try. Pushes it back inside was Pagachnik. Caitlin March comes down with it, back to Nyland. Inside to Pagachnik, and there's going to be a foul called.
Well,
looks
again,
like number 5, Trigg. That'll be her team second.
And we're able to again, we're attacking the basket. We get a foul. Good things happen.
Actually, that's Brzezinski that's going to pick up the foul. That's her first, team second. Inside of Nyland, and Nyland drops it for 2. And it's now 14-5. Rails lead. 8:16 left here in the first half. All right.
So what are we in? It looks like we're back in the 1-2-2.
1-2-2.
Yeah, but we're not rotating very well. We need to right now. There, Caitlin's got to step up. Eve needs to slide over. There we go.
Knutson back up to.
You got to want them to make that skip pass and then be ready to intercept it.
Trigg down low to Ani. Back to Trigg. That's back to Knutson. Wrzezinski down in the bottom left corner.
Okay,
back
there you go.
Up to.
Now
Knutson,
be aware on the backside. Now that we want them to skip that right there. Have them skip it, and we're going to intercept it. Okay, that's better defense right there.
We pushes right, comes back left. Ooh. Was that not called because she was on one foot?
I think she was out of control right there.
Pagachnik with the steal and the drive for the bucket for 2, and it's 16-5.
Again, so we're doing a better job because we're not giving them that easy pass.
Knutson goes right side.
Morgan's got to step up sooner.
Trigg down to Wrzezinski, sorry. Wrzezinski back up to Trigg. Trigg to Wrzezinski. Wrzezinski, Trigg. She's got Knutson with her.
Yep.
Now to Trigg.
All right there, we're in good position right there.
Trigg tries to drive the paint, but Pagachnik plays good defense there.
And Nyland's got to step in the passing lane right there. She gets that steal. Oh, we got lucky again.
Back into the corner, Wrzezinski tries to drive back to the top, but Pagachnik is there to Ani. Ani back to Wrzezinski, to Trigg.
They're overloading. Now we got to get a sinker right there. You see where I'm saying?
Yep, I see exactly what you're seeing.
We got to get a sinker. We're good.
Trigg pushes it to Ani. Ani comes back, brings it top of the key. Bounce pass inside. That's to Knutson. Knutson drops it for 2, even though she was hammered on her way to the bucket. So Parento will bring it up court to Turner. Turner left side, top of the key.
Got to take her.
Inside of Pagachnik. Pagachnik gets it to, no, it rolls, and it's going to go off the bucket, and foul call.
There's going to be a foul on 3.
Pagachnik gets called for the foul.
And you got
to be her first, team 4th. Sorry, Coach.
Nope, that's a good feed inside. We got to use the glass, though. Sometimes we get away from that and we just dropping it in. There's nothing wrong with dropping that off the glass. Now right here, we have to front this. Eve can't stand behind her right there. When they stand in that when they bring her in, she has to be able to front her.
Yeah, Ani goes out, number 4. Aho comes back in, and I just heard Mr. Pagachnik yell double dribble on that, and I got to tell you, one of my favorite games going up. Remember double dribble?
Yeah.
One of my favorite games.
We're getting good looks, and we can't finish right there. You just missed.
I missed it because I was looking at you.
Yeah, Caitlin threw a nice pass, and Morgan missed the layup. But again, we didn't use the glass. There's nothing wrong with using the glass.
No, isn't that what that box on the glass is for?
Yeah.
All right, now Aho back down to Wrzezinski. So Wrzezinski to Aho. Aho steps, fires.
Rebound.
Off the inside. Pagachnik comes down with the board. He's now going to push it up to the floor.
There you go.
And foul going to be called, and it's going to be Proctor ball still.
Yeah, but see what happened there. She pushed the ball a little bit.
That's Knutson's first, team's 3rd. Josie Moss now into the game. Or no, yep, into the game along with Fraze back in the game. Caitlin and Turner come out.
Oh.
And Moss just could not get that to fall. And that's a big three right there from Warzinski, making 16-10.
But again, what did I just say
Yep.
2 seconds ago? You have to use the glass.
Prendo, Nyland now has possession. Can't control, throws it away. And number 12, that's Knutson, comes up with the loose ball for Virginia.
Oh, my goodness.
Warzinski for three, off the glass, is not there. And that's number 30, Kelly, that's going to get the board for Virginia. Now she's stuck in traffic, and she pushes it off to Hale, out to Warzinski. Nobody there, and luckily off the glass again. Kelly's trying to go up, and there's going to be a foul called. That's going to be called on Liz Fraze. That looks to be her first, team's fifth.
Yeah.
So going to the line, shooting toe is number 30, Kelly. Our first free throws of the game, Coach.
I know.
It's the first. Nyland comes out.
No,
nope, she didn't. She's just coming over and talking.
Yeah. And she's got 2 fouls, so we got to be careful right there.
Mm-hmm. Kelly misses the second, hits off the front of the glass. And Pogachnik comes down and drives it back up the floor offensively for the Rails into the paint. Little free throw line jumper hits the back of the glass, doesn't get it to fall. And that's going to be called on Warzinski. That'll be her second, the team's fourth. Proctor calls a timeout, so we're not going to do a timeout right this moment, Coach. I just want to thank our sponsors and our students again. We want to thank.
It's a full timeout, too. So.
Very cool. We got time. We might even get another commercial in there, too. We got the Reed Foundation, the Rails Endowment for Academics, Art, and Athletic Development. We got the Irving Community Club, Pulling for Kids. We got Tamarack Building Materials up on Highway 53 in Hermantown. Heritage Window and Door over in Superior. Lake Superior Office Solutions. Hearing Associates over at Matterhorn Drive, RJ Sport and Cycle on Highway 53, and Stebner and Sammy's Pizza West Duluth. And with Sammy's, folks, you have 24 hours from this broadcast. Call down, mention them that you saw this broadcast. $5 off any family-sized pie is good. That is good for the next 24 hours. Again, want to thank our students that are here with us tonight. Ben Nyland, Braden Roweeder, Sam Larson, and then also we got Tim Roweeder down there on the TriCaster. Thank you for filling in down there, Tim. And, of course, Coach Keith Turner here on the broadcast with me. I'm Ted Keefit. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow night. We'll have the boys here against ESCO. And then our next boys and girls broadcast will be at Hermantown Friday when we do the doubleheader, and that'll close out our broadcast season for the basketball teams.
Yeah, we got 5:45 to start for that one.
Yep, 5:45 tip-off for the ladies, and a 7:15 for the boys. And that girls' game should be a fun game to be part of. Kelly down outside. Aho with the long shot does not get it to go, and Freeze pulls down. The rebound gets it to Nyland. Nyland's going to do a nice little spin, pushes it back. Freeze for three, gets it to fall, and it's now 19-11. Rails lead, 3:18 left here in the first half. So right side now, that was Knutson. Gets it over here to Aho. Aho back to Knutson. They switch. Knutson tries to drive, and Trigg just misplayed it, kind of gave it a little kick, and Parendo is going to go drive to the hole, and number 4, Haley Aho, is going to get called on a foul. No, just going out of bounds? Did that just go out of bounds and that wasn't a foul?
That wasn't a foul. I just went out of bounds.
All right.
I don't get this right here. You.
So Faith Bauer now, along with Moss, Turner, Fraze,
Evans,
you
got to be good with the
Moss.
ball. Eve, you got to come out. She's got to come out because we're just not strong with the ball right here.
Turner brings it to the top of the key.
Look to attack her.
Gave up the dribble. Needs help.
No,
inside.
No, we can't.
Jump ball is going to stay with the rails.
Yeah, but she's not strong enough to go against. Maz cannot go against number 3. That's like putting a lion in with a pussycat.
I get you.
So, and she'll get better as she gets older, but
it's just a strength thing, and you know we talked about that earlier about as they. Fans didn't like a no call on a foul, and looks like number 4, Aho, is going to get called on something. Makeup foul?
No, that was still because she reached in.
I know, I'm just kidding.
But she did get smacked right there. Again. So
that's Aho's first. Team's
got to get somebody open.
Into Fraser, deep inside to Maz for 2.
But that was a good look from Liz. Because, again, get up. You can't lay off.
Aarons to Aho. Aho now going to drive into the paint. She gives up the ball. Liz Fraser comes up with it, gives it to Maz. Maz is looking for help. And now gets it over to, that's number 5. That's Faith Bauer looking for some help. Maz right side. And now number 3, Aarons is going to get called on the foul. That'll be her first, team 6th.
That'll be her first one there.
Yep.
Yeah. I think Eve's got to come back and take care of the ball right now because there's not a lot of confidence here.
Faye's going to drive the paint, and she gets 2 to fall. So 23-11, Rails lead, 1:36 left here first half. And Aho drives, doesn't get it to fall. And again, Turner on the boards. Gets another rebound up to.
No.
It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to stay.
She's
That was
got
up to Bauer.
Yeah, she's got to either shoot it or dribble it back out.
Yeah, that was to Bauer. Bauer pushed it to Maz, and it went out of bounds. But it stays Rails ball. So Ani now into the game for Virginia. Ball passed out to Maz. Maz thought maybe Turner was there or just got the hand, just got her the ball shoved out of her hand. Now Liz Fraser up top. That's given to Bauer. Bauer to Fraser for 3 off the front of the glass.
You can get that any time though. Again, that's 3 passes and not a good look. You just.
And Aarons on the rebound, and Virginia brings it back up court. So now Trigg with a wide open look for a short jumper off the front of the glass, doesn't get it to go. And that's number 32. That's Haley Evans that came down with the board. Frey's left side, Turner top of the key, now moves left, pops and jumps, and hits the backside iron and doesn't get it to fall.
And again, I think that's a quick shot. I'd tell her right there to
take your time,
get
a good shot.
Yeah.
Ani gets it. Ani back to Knutson. Knutson now right, drives left, back to Ani. Ani pops it for 3 and gets it to fall and makes it 23-14.
Well, she's anything like her dad. Yeah, nice shot. Hit it at the buzzer. But again, Eve hit that with 3.2 seconds left on the clock.
I was talking to the production desk. I apologize.
Okay. Yeah.
So Turner hits a shot right as the buzzer goes. It's 26-14. Rails lead at a half. And I believe we're going to be going down here shortly. I believe Tim Roweeder is going to have a interview with coach and athletic director Dan Stauber.
Okay.
But I'll let you know. So we'll let you know on that. Again, games coming up. We got the boys against ESCO here at home tomorrow night. I'll have Coach Chad Brenna with me. And then Friday we'll be at Hermantown for a doubleheader with the girls at 5:45 5:45 and the boys at 7:15. Folks, I got to tell you, I've been super lucky during this broadcasting basketball season to have Coach Turner and Coach Brenna with me for what they bring to the game and the information that they have and give. Just makes the game that much better for you folks at home watching. So, it works out really well for us. So right now, I think we're gonna throw it down courtside to Tim Roweeder. He's got athletic director and boys hockey coach Dan Stauber. So we'll be back right after this.
Go switch the camera.
Folks having a little bit of a technical difficulty because we only have one person running cameras and running the Shrinecaster, but we now got it fixed. So now we'll go downstairs to Coach Tim Roweeder and Dan Stauber.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Keefitt, Mr. Turner. We're here with Dan Stauber here at halftime. 26-14 game here. Pretty exciting game so far.
Yeah, watching the game, you can just see Proctor has control of the game. They're doing all the right things. They probably wanted to make a few more shots, but they have control of the game. They're playing well.
So, winter season starting to wind down. We got girls hockey obviously playing well. Talk a little bit about their game Thursday.
Yeah, I had a chance to go up on Saturday and watch them play. I've watched them play a few times, but they're playing good hockey. They're not scoring goals, but they got a good team effort going. They're going to run into a Hibbing team that has a hot goalie. It seems like every team they played so far has a hot goalie, but they're playing well. They really have to play with a lot of confidence because I think they are deeper than Hibbing, and they just got to play with the confidence, and hopefully things will work out for them.
So that game's on Thursday up at Virginia Miners Memorial Arena, 7 o'clock?
It's Wednesday at 7 o'clock.
Wednesday.
7 o'clock, and we still have room for the fan bus if people are out there watching tonight, so let us know tomorrow. But it should be an exciting game. Like I said, it's they've faced Hibbing several times the last few years. Hibbing's won 2 overtime games. The first one was 4 overtimes, and then Saturday was the first overtime. So, but as a matchup, as a coach, I think, like I said, we have the depth. But you still got to play the game, and we'll see what happens. But I have confidence in our team.
So girls hockey Wednesday night section finals. Boys hockey starting playoffs here. Regular season done.
We got one more game tomorrow night. We go to Two Harbors to play North Shore, and then Friday we get seeding. It's not the best situation because we'll find out seeding by noon Friday. Then we got to play Saturday. Hopefully we're home. We feel if we beat North Shore, we'll be home the first round, the play-in round. But that's what we want. Our whole goal is to get to the second round. So whether it's on the road or at home, but we'd like to play at home.
So talk about the new era on Proctor Hockey, the new arena. You played your last regular season game at the old arena. Talk about the progress of the arena, where it's at, and what the prognosis is for completion.
Well, first of all, I'd like to have won our last game there, but that didn't happen, so hopefully we can play a playoff game there and win it. But the progress on the arena is coming around. You've seen the post by John Engelking, the superintendent. It's going to be on target to finish maybe early July. And as you go through it, and I don't know if you had a chance, you talked about it, we got to get through it, both of us. It's been a while for me, but it's exciting. It's just something that the community needs, as we've been saying for the last year and a half. We're really excited. We just hope that it gives our program a boost.
Talk about the other sports and things going on. I know our one-act play, subsection champions.
When you talk to Mrs. O'Leary, she just speaks highly of those kids and what they did this year, and we should be proud of the one-act play. They went first time in many years that we won the subsection and we went to the section. She's already planned for next year. Yep. She was so excited about that, so that's good. Boys basketball is coming around the corner. It's a few weeks out, but they're playing extremely well, quietly. I always say they're quietly getting it done. You don't hear a lot about them, but they keep winning. They're playing good ball right now.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Going to be exciting winter here as we wrap up in playoffs and watching our student athletes perform. And we're looking forward to the second half here against the Blue Devils. Back to you, Mr. Turner and Mr. Keefitt.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate you guys giving us a little bit of a heads up on what's going on in the world of our winter sports. We're back here at Proctor High School. The score 26-14. About 4 minutes left. About 4 minutes left here at halftime. Coach, we were talking a little bit off air while we were having the interview there. And fundamentally, I mean, in reality, we're sitting here, looking at 12 points when we probably left 12 or 14 on the floor because of, not just the fundamentals, not using the glass, not squaring up, not taking a breath and getting a good shot. The things that every coach teaches.
Yeah, and it is. It's just taking that half second and understanding that you're going to get a good look and not worrying about if Lexi's going to come across and block it but having a strong layup, making it using the glass. Fundamental things are going to get you to win a championship.
Well, that is how it goes, and it looks right now that Tim Roeder is going to catch up with Matt Solberg here as he comes out of the locker room. We'll go down there briefly while we come out of the deal. So what we're going to do right now is send it back down to the floor. Tim Roeder's got the head coach of the girls basketball team, Matt Solberg, with him, and we'll be right back right after this interview.
All right, we're here with Coach Solberg here after the first half, 26-14 lead for the Rails. Talk about that first half and kind of what your strategy is now moving into the second half.
Yeah, we started off a little bit slow, but I was happy with the way we responded there for that little stretch there. We got to keep playing tough defense. Three's a tough player. They've had a couple kids hit some outside shots. We got to keep playing tough defense in the second half.
Talk about Erin's there is a tough player. She's definitely created some size matchups for you.
Yeah, we've had a little bit of a struggle matching up with her. We got to keep being physical with her and outworking her though.
You noticed you got some other players in there towards the end of the half. Again, trying to build some depth here. Is that a strategy now moving towards the playoffs?
You have to. Some of our starters were a little tired there. We gotta build some depth here towards the second half of our season. Somebody's gonna be in foul trouble at some point. So thought those girls played nice on the floor there.
So it's good to get them in situations where it's not the end mop-up time.
For sure, without a doubt.
Right.
We gotta build some depth.
All right, 26-14. Good luck second half.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Tim. We appreciate you doing that, and thank you, Coach Solberg, for taking a moment with us. Coach, we'll get back to what we were talking about just fundamental-wise. It's a topic that every athlete hates because every coach has beat it to death, and fundamentals, that's what wins games. And just listening to Coach Solberg, they started slow. They finished better. But fundamentally, it's just, to me, it's just not there. And I'm not Cody Hampton checking in on his way out of the room. I'm not trying to chastise or belittle or anything like that, but it's just that the fundamentals that come with the experience and the age, you know what I'm saying, of being able to talk what we were talking about with slowing it down, good shots, using the backboard, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the more you play and the more you play together, then you get used to that because you know what other people are going to be doing, and it's just playing hard, but understanding the game and the situation that you're in, and you're ahead. So make them play defense and get a good shot.
True that.
And right now, so if we looked at the stats, I would say 3 and 23 have their points.
I would agree.
So understand who's the scorers and who you have to keep the ball out of their hands.
All right, folks, well, we were going to go to a commercial, but we're going to stay right here. And as we just put the ball in play, Virginia had the possession arrow, and Kelly's got it and pushes it over to Trigg. Trigg now comes right side in the paint, gives it up to Knutson. Knutson back to Trigg. Trigg drives, gives it to Kelly. Kelly takes a hop step, gives it over to Warzinski. Warzinski for a floater, gets it to go because she used the glass.
Yes, and that was nice ball movement right there by the Blue Devils. Again, they took their time and were patient and took a good shot.
All right, ball's on the ground. Going to be a jump ball.
I think that's going to be green ball.
And that will be Proctor ball.
The Virginia Blue Devils got it at the half. There you go. But you got to use the glass.
Short,
though.
and Pagosnik goes up and is able to draw the foul. We'll go to the line, shoot 2.
But again, we're in that situation where Liz has a good angle at that. If she uses the glass, that's a 2 90% of the time.
Pagosnik hits the first of 2. Lots going on in our building tonight. We have just a lot going on, Coach. I can't even begin to tell you.
Yeah, they looked like there was a ton of cars out there when I came in.
Well, we had our last math league program of the year, or what am I trying to say, Coach? Meet of the year. Thank you. And that went well. I had 5 other schools here for that.
Well, and we get a fast break right there. We just got to get the ball up a little bit sooner. I think if Liz passes it on our second or third dribble, we get a layup right there.
All right, I now have it labeled as the Proctor girls basketball versus Virginia Blue Devils instead of Proctor hockey versus North Storm. So here we go.
So, and I just think Lexi just picked up her second.
Yep, Aaron says that's her second. Team second of the half. And Pagosnik hits both. It's now 30-16 with 16:49 here left in the second half.
And we'll start creeping on them a little bit if we keep playing good defense. We're playing good man right now.
Going to go out of bounds. Looked like Trigg was looking for Knutson down in the right-hand corner. Knutson went right, went left, and came back up. Goes out of bounds, and it'll be Rails ball. So Trigg goes out. Number 14, Jasmine Trigg, comes in. That I don't know who's younger. I'm going to guess Jasmine is younger. Pagosnik goes inside of Fraze. Fraze drops and Redu. Nice little pass.
We got lucky there because Perindo was on top of that. Thank God she got out of the way on the cut.
Knutson brings it top of the key. That's number 12. Knutson and Wierzinski gives it to number 14, Trigg.
Well, she double dribbled. Again, right here, they're not used to. We need to stay a little bit closer and pressure the ball a little bit. Make them have to make a decision with it. You know, what are they going to do with it? We need to get up.
Aaron's to Kelly. Kelly goes to Knutson. Nyland could have picked up another foul there.
I know, that could have been her third.
And she's going to get Virginia's going to call a timeout, and we're now going to jump back into our timeout, too. We're going to play a commercial. We'll be back right after these messages.
So what you're getting is their little stagnant.
Proctor Public Schools has a proud tradition of being a leader in promoting outstanding learning opportunities for our students. Proctor's 150-square-mile district serves the city of Proctor and the neighboring communities, from Spirit Mountain to Fish Lake, and residents of Bayview Heights, Twig, Midway, Solway, Grand Lake, and Kenosha Townships. We pride ourselves on the success for each student. Proctor Public Schools. We educate, engage, and inspire.
We are Rail Strong.
Back here at Proctor High School, they took their timeout. We took our timeout. Coach, sorry I interrupted you. You started to talk about why he took that timeout, so why don't you go ahead and finish that thought?
Coach Ani took that timeout because they were stagnant. They weren't moving the ball like they were in the first half, and they weren't getting the looks that he wanted. And again, that's tough to stop. She is just such a big, strong athlete. You almost have to foul her right there, or not deny her the ball.
Well, and hope that it's a good foul, and not, and maybe she goes to the line and she misses that first one. So Pagosnik, top of the key, drives into the paint, one step, two, goes up, can't get it to fall, and Ahrens comes down with the rebound, pushes it up to Knutson. Knutson goes right, go left, gives it to number 14, Trigg, back to Ahrens. Ahrens double steps.
Yeah, you got to know who's the scorers, and it's Ahrens and 23.
Ahrens and Wierzinski.
Yeah.
Ahrens goes for the shot, is going to go off of a green player, and is going to stay down there. Virginia ball.
That went off of Liz Fraze. And again, box out and get your hands ready. old coach always told me, catch the ball with your eyes first.
Rosinski's shot had the distance, but goes off the back side of the backboard. It goes out of bounds, and that'll be Rails ball, and Pogachnik and Prendo will move it up the floor. Turner with it right side. Gets help on a pick from Nyland, gives it to Prendo. Prendo drives through the lane, gave it away, and almost was going to be intercepted by Kelly, but Fraze was able to come out with it, and it goes the shot, no good, and now it's Virginia ball. And Virginia's going to drive it up the floor. That's Rosinski, right side, going right to left.
And again, we got lucky there. I think Nyland could have picked up her 3rd foul right there. Again, we're just pretty stagnant on offense.
Aarons takes a shot, goes off the backboard too hard. Prendo picks up the rebound and pushes it up.
Yep. Here we go. We're getting. Again.
Pogachnik Fraze for 2.
Fraze for 2.
I just heard Mr. Pogachnik, so I started thinking the first thing in my head. I apologize. And that was Kelly on the miss, and Prendo comes down with the board.
Again,
go ahead.
We're really too snagged. We got people running wide on the wing. We need to get the ball up the wing, because once you pass it, you'll cut to the basket and you'll get a layup.
Gotcha.
We got to get the ball out of our hands and get out of dribbling it the whole 90-something feet.
So 13:29, clock starts, and it's 34-18, Rails lead. Turner with the ball left side, feeds it inside, was trying to get it to Pogachnik. Prendo had a chance on it too, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Rails ball. Ani now back into the game along with Aho. Aho is going to drive it up, gives it to Ani. Ani's going to step up, does no help, throws it over to Aho. Aho down low to... That's number 14. That's Trigg. Now back to Ani. Ani for the jumper, and she gets it to fall.
She can shoot it. No, her dad was a hell of a shooter, too.
Now it's a 13-point lead. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you there, Coach.
Yep, nope. So, again, you got to know she's hit 2.
Inside from Turner to Pogachnik, and that was a pretty play. You got to love that.
Yeah. So, know where number 1 is at, because if she's wide open, she's going to shoot it.
Can't get it to go anywhere. Now in the corner to Kelly. Pogachnik goes to intercept it, pushes it to Nyland, and now Turner brings it up. Something happened with Prendo. I don't know what happened, if she fell on her own or if somebody knocked her down. Fraze just goes and tosses it up. And again, that's what you were talking about, right, Coach?
Yeah, that's a bad shot. That's a bad shot. You get an opportunity where you got a nice turnover, then you got to do something with it. See, and again, we can't worry about scoring fast. You just got to worry about scoring. So, again, it comes down to.
That foul is called on number 3, Sam Pogachnik. That's her second, team's first of the half. And Proctor takes a timeout. So just going to thank our sponsors and students again real quick, Coach. I want to thank Reed, the Rails Endowment for Academic Arts and Athletic Development, the Irving Community Club Bowling for Kids, Tamarack Building Materials up on Highway 53, Heritage Window and Door over in Superior, Lake Superior Office Solutions for all your copier needs, Hearing Associates in Matterhorn Plaza, and RJ Sport and Cycle up on Highway 53 in Hermantown. Also, go in and see Ryan or Buddy Hernishman. Tell them I sent you. They'll take great care of you. Also, stop at or call down to Sammy's Pizza West Duluth. Order your any family-sized pizza for $5 off in the next 24 hours, and you guys can be eating good in the neighborhood.
Yes.
I got to tell you what, I love me some Sammy's.
I do too. I have to agree with you on that. Sammy's is a great pizza place.
Absolutely. Talk to Nick Drewley down there. He'll take good care of you. The Drewleys have had that store for a long time, and I got to tell you, and I know other people make fun of me, and they'll send me text messages. Nice job, Eve Turner, getting the pass, pushing it down.
But what happens when you get the ball up the floor and we don't? What we just talked about 2 minutes ago. we didn't dribble it all the way up, right?
Yep.
We got it out to the wing, and you're going to get a better look.
Yep, you said don't dribble it all 90 feet. Move it up.
Yes. And we have the ability to do that. Where's the help? Good help.
Turner comes up with the loose ball, now loses it, and Parendo goes over Aho. And Aho had it, put it up, gave it to Trigg, and now it looks like Trigg tried to push it through, and from the corner, that was Aho, and Turner came down with the defensive board again. All I was going to say is they have some of the best soups there, Coach.
Yeah,
I
like their chicken wings too.
Oh yeah, their wings are good too. But chicken pepper jack soup that they got there is just amazing. So go in there, ask for Nick.
But again, right there, you got to know where you're at. Know where you're at. Don't take that shot. Look to kick that back out. I have to disagree. She never had control.
So Aho pushes over far corner to Trigg, who's all alone, and now we get out there and put pressure, and her shot falls short. Nyland comes down with the board.
Now look to run. We had it again. Where we're going to get easy opportunities.
Push inside of Nyland. Now back out to Progachnik for three. Off the front side of the iron. Freeze goes in for that board, comes down with it. And it looked like her and Turner might have had some going to be white ball as Progachnik puts it off the underneath of the glass, and it goes out of bounds. Become Virginia ball. This phrase, Eve Turner, come on and get a break. You got Caitlin Martins coming in, and Josie Maas also. So put a little height into the game. Big and Toss is now into the game for Virginia. Looking for some help, gets it inside to Parendo. Parendo now has to move it up the floor. Ani is playing defense. Yep. Ani looks like she's quick. She gets good feet, she gets reset. And where's that one going to go?
That's going to be an defensive foul block. And again, we got to be careful that we don't extend that arm on that.
That's why we keep you around, Coach. You keep me learning every day. Marnich pushes it out to Nyland. Nyland over to Maas. Maas drives left, drives right, gives it back to Caitlin. Progachnik now looking at all that green. Going to go up and she's going to draw it, and one. So Progachnik's going to go to the line, try for a three-point play.
That's her third. That's her third.
Yes, that's Wierzinski's third. Team's fourth. Oh, team's third. I apologize. No, team's fourth. I'm right.
They're fourth.
So Ani brings it up the floor now. Pushes it right side to Wierzinski. Back to Ani. Over to Ahrens. Ahrens down to the deep side corner. And Trigg now going to come left to right. Gives it to Ani. Ani gives it off to number 11. That's Bigginston. Big and toss, I'm sorry. I don't want to do that wrong. Trigg drives the lane, gives it back up to Ani. Ani's trying to move left to right.
You're going to call a block there.
Nyland's going to get a foul. That's going to be her third, team's third. That's her third, team second of the half. So Ani now. Big and Toss was the one who put it in. Now to Kelly, who's back in the game. Big and Toss goes right side, gives it to Trigg. Trigg into the green. Back to Kelly, outside right side, throws it into the middle of the lane.
Yep. I don't think Trigg has taken a shot, so she every time she drives, now that's her first shot of the game. And I see why. That was she squared up and she just didn't hit anything.
Yeah. So Trigg's shot goes out of bounds, and it'll be Proctor ball. Back into the game, number 12, that's Knutson. She goes in for Trigg. Progachnik looking for help to get it in bounds, gets it to Nyland. Nyland's now going to push it hard over the stripe, And then she's looking for some help and gets it back to Pagachnik. Pagachnik letting everybody know what she wants. Gave up the dribble now to Perendo. Perendo comes back. Pagachnik pushing left.
You got your two bigs right on top of each other. Caitlin and Josie are right on top of each other. How are they going to get the ball in the post? One of them has to play opposite side.
Perendo's pass was meant for Caitlin Marnich. Got intercepted, and that's number 12 Knutson, who hit for 3. It's now 41-24, 8:06 left here in the second half. Proctor High School. Thank you for joining us. If you've just joined us, Ted Keevan along with Coach Keith Turner here on tonight's final home broadcast for the girls team. Moz gets the inside pass and puts it in for 2.
But again, why did you get that? Because we high-loaded a little bit, and they weren't on top of each other.
That's Aaron's drive for 2 and gets it to fall.
And I think she could have got an M1 there.
Yeah?
So, again, sometimes you get penalized for being big and strong.
Pagachnik goes right side, just too high off the glass. It's going to go out of bounds off of Virginia, and they'll stay Rails ball. 7:24 left here, second half. But probably feels like an eternity, huh, Coach?
Yeah.
And that's going to be foul call. Nope.
Yeah, that's going to be a foul.
Yep.
She's going to be shooting, too.
That's going to be a foul called on Begentoss. That'll be her first, team's 5th.
Okay, you had Caitlin and Eve out now for about 3 minutes. It'd be time to get them back in the ball game.
Keith and I will talk about it during our next time out.
Yeah, both she hit
both. Nyland hits both free throws. Ani from the right side, off the backside iron on that one. But that was Begentoss that got the rebound, pushed it out to Aaron. Aaron pushed it out to Knutson. Knutson into the paint, gives it back to Ani. Ani, and Nyland's going to get called on her 4th.
Yep.
And that'll be the team's 3rd. So into the game right now, we got Eve Turner coming back in. We got Faith Bauer and also number 32, Haley Evans. Why Pagachnik, Nyland, and Perendo all get a breather. So Moz now on Knutson. Knutson goes left side, gives it to Ani. Ani looking for help. Well, there's Kelly. Now pushes it back to Knutson. Knutson drives right side interior, doesn't get it to go.
Get up, Josie. She's got to get a little closer.
And it's going to be an and 1, and Aaron's is going to go to the line.
Like I said before, you got 2 bigs in there that she shouldn't get that, but she's just such a big, strong athlete. She can power through that.
Caitlin Marnich called on the foul. That's her first, team's 4th. Now out of the game for Virginia's number 1 and number 11. That's Ani and Begentoss. Aho and Trigg come back in. And they hit the, Aaron's hit the and 1 for the 3-point play. Down to Caitlin, down to Moz, and nice little passing there, Coach. That's what you're talking about, the 90 feet.
You're getting the ball up the floor. They put that pressure on, but they didn't rotate anybody back. And you can't rotate. If you don't rotate somebody back, then you're going to get that. You're going to get layups.
Absolutely. So Aaron's now on the ball, drives left, little floater, doesn't get it to go. And it's going to be a jump ball before Aho and Moz hurt each other.
Yeah, so what did she do? What's the one thing she did as a 6-footer? She brought it
back down where people can get it instead of getting it up, getting those elbows wide and being right.
If she chins the dang thing, then she gets a foul called there.
Kelly gets the ball from Aho. Aho now tries to drive, loses control, gets stripped, pushed to Turner. And Turner had a host of help that threw their hands up, but nobody totally clean. Inside to Moss, nice little drop step, but can't get it to go.
Yeah, she's got to follow all the way through.
Yeah, she stopped going towards the mat on the back wall. And Faith Bauer takes it away from Ahrens, and now it's a one-on-one battle, but she can't get it to fall. But there's Evans right there to get the board and put it back up for the Rails, 49-29. 20-point ball game here, 5:26 left, second half.
Well, it's just keep the pressure on them. And she's going to score. We're triple teaming her. She's going to score.
Even in that triple team?
Yeah.
Because she's just that strong?
She's just that strong, and she understands what she needs to do.
Turner over to Evans. Evans give up the dribble into Moss. Moss can't hang on to it.
Oh.
And Evans couldn't go get it back up off the floor, and Aho picks it up, and Virginia brings it back into the offensive zone.
Oh, see again, you got to be under control. You got to be under control, and defensively, right there, we have to understand that that girl hasn't scored a point all day. So let her go ahead and drive and stay in front.
Right. Faith Bauer's calling on the foul. That's her first, team's fifth of the half. Aho gets it into Trigg. Trigg pushes it up to Knutson. Knutson there. Turner playing good defense, gives it to Trigg.
Oh, she tried.
Trigg double dribbled. And it's going to turn it over, and Bowers will inbound it for the Rails to Turner. Turner brings it up the floor. Turner comes left side looking for some help. Gave up the dribble, now has to give it away and to Bowers. Bowers now drives it, pushes it out to Marnich. Marnich pushes it inside to Maz.
They're forcing the ball.
That's going to be on Caitlin.
But they're forcing the ball right now. You got to move the ball up at the top.
That's Caitlin Marnich's second, team sixth, here with 4:17 left.
And Josie has to understand when she gets it in there and she gets double teamed, just kick it back out and repost. You're going to get it back again. You don't have to shoot it each time.
Good.
Yeah.
Trigg to Rosinski for two.
Yep.
Timeout taken by Virginia. We got 4 minutes left on the clock, 49-31, Rails lead. And we're going to take a break too. We'll be back after these messages. Back here at Proctor High School, coming out of timeout, a full timeout taken by Virginia, 49-31, 4 minutes left here on the clock. Rails lead the Blue Devils of Virginia High School here in the last, this is the last home game, right? Or is there one next week?
I thought there was one next week.
There might be one next week. This is our last home broadcast for the ladies. We will have the boys game on tomorrow here from home, and then we'll have our doubleheader coming to you from Hermantown High School on Friday with the girls starting at 5:45 and the boys at 7:15. And Aho goes out and draws a foul right away, and that'll be her first, team sixth. That's her second, actually. I think that's the one I missed at the start of the second half.
Yeah.
So Pogachnik now back into the game along with Fraze and Parendo. Parendo has it top of the key. Going to move right into Nyland, who's also back into Pogachnik. And no shot, or goes up for the shot, gets fouled. She'll go to line, shooting 2.
And they're coming back. Now they're playing a little bit closer man, and the big girl must be a little tired. So they have her out of the game.
So that's Knutsen's first of the half, second of the game. That's the team's 7th. And Pogachnik misses the first one. And gets the second one to fall. It's now 50-31, 19-point game here with 3:38 left in the second half here at Proctor High School. Brzezinski comes back up top to Aho. Aho inside, that's number 33. First time in the game is Iverson. Kelly back out to Aho. Aho's now going to drive the paint, can't get it to fall. And Fraze comes down with the board and pushes it to Pogachnik, who brings it up the floor. Right, left, crossover, gets it to not go. Thought that one was going to fall. I thought she was going to roll it off her hand.
Yeah. That's her shot. And she sets her feet down.
Brzezinski hits for 3.
And we've seen that. I think that's her third or fourth one.
That's her third 3.
Yeah. So, and again, we got to move the ball and look to get
Now that's Evans for 2 as she came into the paint, falling away. I thought she was falling away too far. I didn't know that was going to get there.
Yeah, sometimes we say that it's better to be lucky than good.
Hey, trust me, I've been told that a lot in my life. Brzezinski goes for 3 again, can't get it to fall, and now it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be Rails ball off the foot of Kelly. Ani back into the game for Virginia. Number 4, Aho, goes out. Back into the game for the Rails is number 5. That's Faith Bauer. You now have number 10, Courtney Werner, and also number 42, Savannah Leitner. Faith Bauer goes up and gets fouled.
No, I thought for sure she was going to score that one. She had kept it too far down on her hip, though. Didn't. If she'd had it by her chest, she'd have had a chance to get it off.
That's Brzezinski's 4th, team's 8th. And Bauer is going to go to line, shooting 2. Bowers misses on the first one, rims out. Now into the game for Virginia's number 14, Jasmine Trigg, and number 11, Izzy Biggentoss. Fraze comes out of the game. Now in for the Rails is number 34, Peyton Rodberg. And Bowers can't get the second of 2 to go. And so we're looking at 52-34 with 2 minutes to go. And that was number 12, Knutsen, who tried for the long 3 and couldn't get it to go. That'll be a jump ball, and it'll just be a Rails ball. So Evans will try to get it in. She's got Bauer, Rodberg, Werner, and Lightning in there. That is Savannah.
Just got a turn over there. There you go.
And that's a big take. That was number 10, Werner, who tried there. Now Rodberg pulls out the loose ball, tries to go up, and it's going to be number 14 for Virginia. That's Jasmine Trigg, who's going to get called for the foul. That'll be her first, team's 9th. And going to the line, shooting 2 will be Rodberg. 1:43 left here on the clock. And Rodberg's first is just a bit short. Want to thank while we're doing these free throws, want to thank our students again tonight. Again, student run program, Ben Nyland, Braden Roweeder, Sam Larson. Thank those 3 for coming out here and running our equipment, and so we can put this broadcast on. If you know them, see them, hey, give them a thanks and let them know that you appreciate the work they do, as they could be at home playing video games, but they're choosing to be here. So that was a big shot by Christina Prochnow that she got to drop for 3 to make it 52-37 with 1:14 left on the clock. Zorman went to drive the hole, and I don't know what happened with the ball there, but
I think she got, she just lost control. She was out of control.
So Jasmine Trigg draws the foul. That's her second, team's 10th. And Courtney Werner will go to the line, shooting 2.
Oh, come on. Courtney, knock this one down.
Got to leave that up there a little longer, huh, Coach?
Yeah.
Jessica Hadrick now into the game for the Rails, along with number 25, Gabriella Jahola. That's got to be a tongue twister, but what do you do?
Yeah.
Jump ball. Oh. It's going to be a jump ball, and it'll be Virginia ball. That could have been ugly.
That could have been a bad injury. Kind of diving on her head. I think that could have been a foul.
Also into the game, number 23, Sophia Morin Swanson. Ball. Folks, stay with us after the game. Once we get this in, Coach and I will do some wrap-ups, but we're going to have our Sammy's Pizza players of the game, have interviews with Tim Roeder will have our Sammy's Pizza players of the game. We'll do a little interview with them and then come back, do our final thoughts, and go off air after that. But don't go anywhere as we get a chance to talk with them. Nice shot, nice save there by Werner. Pushes it off. Oh, and wow.
She's gonna get a chance. Yeah, she's gonna get
beat up there.
She's gonna get a chance to shoot too. That was really an unselfish pass there because she should have just went in with her left hand and laid that in, but she wanted to give Gabby a layup after Gabby gave her one.
That's Trigg's third. And Jahola misses on the first one. And misses on the second one, but Rodberg goes out there and gets it. Tries to drive back to the paint. She puts it up top, and
she should have shot it.
Going to get called for travel.
She should have just shot it.
With 25.3 seconds left here on the clock, and it's cool. I can actually read that, 25.3.
Yeah.
Folks, if you haven't seen our new scoreboards, you should come check them out. We got them here and in the field house now. Really nice scoreboards that allow you nice, bright read. You can actually put the visitors' names in there and everything else. Going to be a jump ball, Rails ball. 10 seconds left here, 55-37, Rails lead.
She hit it. No.
Oh, she just missed it. And that's the horn, folks. And that will do it here at Proctor High School. Tonight's game. All right, we're back here. I keep being talked to from our booth downstairs, so I apologize.
Yeah, no, we're good. So next game is in Cloquet on Thursday, which will be a conference game.